That's kind of
Oh,
like some of the Cavino and
today,
Rich.
today it fucking hits go live right away, huh? I didn't have to hit it
Ah,
now. All right, now let me check this shit out real quick. Do you have it pulled up?
yeah.
Okay. There we go. Perfect. I see it. All right, now let's get started on this Taco Tuesday. All right. Now, intro music.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.
Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what I need when I'm blown.
What up, everybody? Here we are, the after show, but later. We have Jeff is joining us 7 o'clock over in Utah. What up, Jeff? Luis Cortez Jr. or Louis, as some people call him. I don't know if we're that close yet, so I'm going to call him Luis Cortez Jr. until I get the okay. It's your boy D. We are here for another live episode. 321 episodes of this. It's me, Lou Dog. And we also have Magical Mexican joining us right here. We have the e-bike guy, Jeff Manning, if you're not familiar with them. And I'm sure the Drews will be here soon. I'm waiting for Andrew Fournier to get here because I got to give him a very special congratulations. So hopefully he joins us tonight. And then, yeah, man, all the regulars, can't wait to see them. Hope they all show up today. But here we are, getting started. Since our last episode, there's only been one Cavino and Rich. So we might have to get a little creative today. Luis, do you want to get started somewhere? I have notes, so let me know if you want me to go off of here and we can go bada bing, bada boom, however you would like.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, Food Tuesday? What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us live in Future Dudes. What's going on in your head, bro? I mean, you look like a fucking Terminator over there, dude. Look,
Doug,
these looks. I mean,
he
you
said you
look
got pink eye or
like
something?
Kanye. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or a
Actually,
black guy
I
food. Like,
think
what is it?
I think I'm
There
getting
you go.
sick. And so like I'm like I don't want to be here like my eyes wandering, turning red, all of that good stuff, you know? So I was just gonna throw it on, but I mean I don't know. Maybe I leave them on, maybe I take them off. 2026. I don't know what we're gonna do this year. First of all, what I have to do is I have to compliment Luis Cortez Jr.'s outfit because look at this. The outfit, the background, dog.
Let's
I mean,
go.
come on,
You
save
know
some for
what?
the
These
rest of us, dog.
they call it like sunshine something or like power something charger shit. It looks good. It's bright on TV, bro. I went to the game and it didn't look that good. And then even on TV, that shit would look like mustard out there. So I'm gonna talk shit about it. Everyone who had like when they had it looked like the players, especially the big torta foods with this kind of yellow food. It just doesn't look right and shit. So I mean, it's cool, and that's why I'm like, I'll rock it. But I'm excited about my
I
boats,
never
obviously.
heard of the torta fools, dog. Oh man, you know what,
Uh,
dog? If I ever start a podcast with another fat dude, that's what we're gonna call it, the torta dudes. Everybody I do the show with is always a fucking skinny dude. But
yeah.
believe you me, if I ever do a podcast with another fat ass, just know if you want to be a torta dude, hit me up and we'll start a
And
podcast.
that's all my homies basically, fool. So don't trip. I gotta just come kick it with us, fool, when you're hot and you're there
Hell
already,
yeah,
dude.
the torta
Just to
dudes.
magical Mexican. It's funny when you say shoes. My homie from one of my birthdays, I don't remember when. I was one of my boys. He knows I love my chargers and all that. He got me a custom made. I think it's Oni or Omni. He used to make shoes, like custom shoes. He's from Philly. They're one of a kind. They're not. They're like custom made. That fool got sued by Nike, I think, because if anyone's a shoe head or a shoe geek would know that whole story. I just kind of saw it through third parties, and they were so nice when they bought them for me, bro. I'm like, I didn't want to fucking wear them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be one of those persons that when you get something nice, you're like, oh, I don't want to wear it. Oh, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm like, dick, I'm gonna die or something's gonna happen. The fucking shoes, I'm gonna wear them. So I wear them to every game day. I wear them, and they're custom Charger Omni shoes, and they weren't cheap and shit. I'm pretty sure when he bought them for me, I'll have to take a flick and post it or something or wear them next week. But right now I'm wearing chanclas, so I'm chilling. But at least in the game, when I go all suited and booted, I wear my Charger shoes for sure.
You know what's funny, dog? You said you're wearing chanclas right now, and for it's so weird. Like, so I was fucking chilling in my drawers before we got it started. Before we got started, and for some reason, dog, I have to put on like pants and shoes. Like, even if I'm just like, if I got socks on or whatever, I have to throw on. I have to like. To me, getting on here feels like the people watching are gonna know like I'm pantsless or something. Like it's weird because never in like the history of the show have we gone from up here to below here. But it's just every time I'm just like, dog, I gotta have pants on. I have to feel like I'm presentable or else I'm gonna feel weird. And the whole time you're gonna see me like, did this guy shit his pants before they started or what happened? Because I'm just gonna feel weird. So
Yo, I'd be
Andrew Sims
like
just got here
worried.
too. What up, Andrew?
Oh yeah, what's up, homie? Hey, I'd be like worried that I would have like no tantaras on or something, and then I'd like get up to sneeze or something, and I'd like my
Yeah,
people would see my chonies.
yeah.
Like when COVID, remember when that shit happened? Like a lot of people were like crazy shit was happening on cameras, like
Yes.
because even little kids who had cameras, like their mom would come in, with their chichis. Like I remember seeing all kinds of random videos, or workers would get up and they only had like calzones on, you know what I mean? Because they would forget or leave their cameras on. There was a lot of that shit happening during COVID. That shit was hilarious.
No, dog, there was people straight up like in Zoom meetings back in the day, just like, you know, having fun with themselves during the meeting because they were like, fuck it, nobody could see this part. And then like, you know, the camera would start going down or something, or maybe they thought they were on mute and they were like watching certain shit or whatever. Dog, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
that shit
Dog,
was crazy.
I remember not even being like on a Zoom meeting, but I remember during COVID, my daughter was like 4, like when it first hit and we all had to go work from home. Dog, I was on my laptop and she would literally be climbing over me. Like literally, like you know when kids are like, pay attention to me? Like dog, like literally climbing on me and like fucking just like in chonies right here, like daddy, daddy, you know? And I'd be like, I'm trying to work. Like fuck. Dog, I didn't have like a designated office or nothing, dog. I didn't even have like the space I have right here back then, you know? And so it was like straight up like me on the bed with my laptop and then my daughter climbing, like, play with me, play with me, play with me, you know? I want to watch Peppa Pig,
Crazy.
you know? Like, oh man. But yeah,
Yo,
fun times.
uh, what's up? Let's get what you got. What you got working for us? What you got on your list of topics there?
Let's see. First of all, well, the first shout out of the year from Cavino and Rich went to Bill Jackson. So
Bill
Bill
motherfucking Jackson.
Jackson Jr. I thought it was cool because dog, over this last year, he said he lost 70 pounds. And I was like, oh, that's cool, dog. I don't know if I've ever even seen a picture of him, but I don't know why in my mind I always pictured him like a skinny, tall white dude. And so when they said he lost 70 pounds over the break or over the last year, I was like, for real, dog? Nah, now I want to go look at his profile and be like, when was this dude a fat ass? You know, give me some inspiration right here, dog. You know,
Did
but Bill
did you did
Jackson,
you is it legit? Did you bust the myth? Nah, I believe him.
I know, huh? Go check, dog. He was never fat. He just wanted
Like
some
what?
credit.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there goes that, like I told you. And
But it,
then
that's crazy though, man. And congratulations to him. Hopefully it was like a journey. I mean, it's obviously a task and good congrats to him for the fucking number one shout out, but also all the weight he lost. And I mean that's a lot, bro. I mean, I don't care how big or little you are. 70 fucking libras is a fucking little
dog,
baby
for
count.
real. Let me see then. Oh, I wanted to ask you about this because you fly a lot. You know, you go to a lot of Chargers games. You're I would call you the international man. Even if you just fly it, you know, nationally. I've heard of some
I have
places
been
you've been.
international.
But do you stick? They were saying I think it was Rich that was saying that he wants to get certain status with an airline. So are you always just going cheapest ticket, or do you have somewhere where you stick with so you can get points and join their club and do all that?
No, no, no. That's funny you hit it on the head because, like, a lot of the places I'm going, not only for football but work is on the West Coast. And so I can piggyback on that. I do that for hotels. I do that for airlines. And it's mainly been personal and work, but I use Southwest because you get free points and they have a lot of flights. And then when I was flying international, I had American Airlines and we flew Brazil, Africa, Dominican. So that was through work, and I was racking up miles too on their dime. So I still had some, so
Dog,
I used some of those.
how are
Those
you?
are long gone. That's been a long time.
But
I have earned some recently, but that was shit. I was even like I stayed at a lot of Marriotts before, so like a couple times. Like even this flight that I'm going to the New England game on Sunday. I'll be there freezing my fucking huevos off. But my flight there, half of it I paid with ticket points that I had because I flew to Paris to see somebody, and then got a free hotel with some points too.
to see somebody,
Yeah,
yeah, dog, all the way to Paris just to see somebody, dog,
yeah, yeah.
random like that.
Somebody
Dang.
special.
You got it like that, dog. I'm going to Paris.
Sheesh.
Dang. But we have to actually, before we get more into this, we got to know about your Kings of Leon concert, dog. Last time we talked, you were about to go.
Oh yeah, dude, so epic, bro. It was so fucking. It was not what I thought. I don't know how people like. To me, I do concerts. I looked at the set list because I wanted to make sure what kind of song should I get ready to sing here, the vibe and shit,
Yes,
and
dog.
like all the previous shows because I've been like on tour. Said it was like about an hour and a half show. So I'm like, that's good, you know. It was like 14 songs. I'm like, that's chill and hit almost all the big ones. This show, for some reason, it was over 2 hours long, bro, and it was so fucking badass. The drink line was fucking stupid, but there was only like maybe 3,000 people in there, bro. It was an
Yeah.
opera house, so it was set up, and it was fucking badass, bro. Beautiful women, music was epic, good vibes, and then it was at the Venetian. So after that, I just walked around, gambled, and just fucking been an asshole down there on the strip, you know, having drinks, chasing girls.
You know what, dog? And that's what so I was in Vegas shortly after you had that concert, and I looked at the Venetian, I was like, oh dog, that's where Luis was for his concert. And it was funny because we were when we were walking like down the strip, I had looked up and I was like, oh yeah, that dude was there. But it was just literally we were walking down the strip, we had left the Sphere or a sphere. I know there's no the, but whatever. I'm hood, so I'll say it. But we left the Sphere and we're walking because dog, everybody and their mom was trying to call an Uber and shit. So we just
Stupid.
we booked it, and then so we're going down to I forget where we were, but finally called one and got it right away. But yeah, when I was walking, I was like, oh, and I saw it off in the distance. I'm like, there it is. But like, and I was all, you know, what is it? Someone or damn, what's the song they have? You somebody, right?
Yeah, you somebody.
You somebody. Yeah, yeah. I was singing all of those songs on my little walk. I was like,
You know what's crazy? I felt kind of weird and old and like cool at the same time because like I used to go to a lot of concerts, a lot of shit. I played music, guitar, video games, and so even at work, a lot of noises. So I always wear earplugs at work. Not when I was younger, I do now. And then I recently bought like their earplugs for concerts, so they have like a speaker in them. So, and I was like the only old, I put them on like all low key so no one would see me and shit. They're see-through on their goals, so they're kind of badass. But and then like nobody was kind of singing or vibing where I was at. I mean, everyone was kind of rock. We were sitting down, it was a theater, and I was like, damn, am I singing too fucking loud and shit? Like, am I that guy?
especially with the earplugs in, dog. You're all,
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh shit, I need to turn it down. There's too many double Tito's and shit. Lower the volume a little bit on
no,
this
dog.
shit.
Don't even feel bad about that. We had a fire drill at work. And we were right there in the lobby. It was raining and shit, and everybody's like, "Well, we're gonna stay inside." I think it was raining or it was cold. It was something. But they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this shit, but we'll stay inside." And we're right there in like the main lobby. I was like, "Fuck that, dog!" I threw in my AirPods, and because that shit. I mean, obviously it's a fire drill, right? So like they do the alarm, and everybody that walked into the like lobby, they were all wincing, and I was just in there like. Had a podcast going, dog. I could still hear that over the fire drill. And then like I see no problem with that. Especially, dog. I think it's the older I get, the more I'm like, dog. Sometimes, dog, you go to a concert and you're just like, it's a little obnoxious. So but I haven't gone the earplug route, but I don't hate on it either.
Yeah, no. Hey, I seen e-bikes talk about the Rams have a yellow jersey. It looks like fucking poo poo. This one does too, bro. I feel like it's almost the same color, so I got you. And then Andrew says he's got American Airlines card. That shit's legit too. My brother does that too. Like I forgot, I don't know which credit card he uses, but he uses it for like everything because he gets like 1 point per dollar towards some fucking airline that flies international. So that fucker does that too. He'll just even though he got the flow, you know what I mean, just to get points and get
Of
that shit.
course,
I
yeah.
do that kind of with my Sam's card. Um, and it wasn't a booty call. It was somebody special.
Hey, I feel like booty calls are always special. So I
We'll
mean,
go with that route on this so I can sound cool and shit.
yeah, all right. W- I would like to go see 30 Seconds to Mars. Oh, is that with Jared Leto?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I could probably, if I heard a few songs, I would know, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. Do you know any?
Of
30 Seconds to Mars.
yeah, no, not. I can like hum them to you or sing them to
But
you.
do they have
I have
like
them on my phone.
the missile? Is that?
Don't, yeah, don't.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of it without. I'm like, could I think of a couple?
Use your brain, fool. Use your brain.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
Cavino
trying to
says.
do. I don't know
I'll help
why.
you. I'll help you when you're
I'm
ready. I'll help
picturing
you.
an
Let me
album
know.
cover in my head that's like white with some red on it. Am I thinking of the right
30.
album? E-bike guy, you got to let us know. How close are we? Are we close? Are we no? I mean,
The kill. The kill.
The Kill. What did I say? The Mission or the Missile or
Bury
something?
me, bury me. That one.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not Cavino. I can't sing, but yeah, that's someone.
Well, I mean, it sounded all right. You would know at least four. Well, that's good. I mean, I probably would because I remember I listened to them back in the day when it was more like Angels and Airwaves, AFI, like during that little
Yeah.
era, like 07, 08, you know?
Oh, you know what? I like Walk on Water, bro. I see you can walk on water. And then they did a remix with some hip hop for Andrew would or e-bikes would know. It was Walk on Water and there was some hip hop motherfucker in it, and that shit was pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know, e-bike guy, if you know which one with the hip hop fool, as this guy says.
That's how my brain works. Is a rapper.
Yeah.
You'll his fool will know.
Speaking of hip hop fool, dog, you know who's like does crazy online with like streaming and stuff that you would never think? Freaking T-Pain. That dude, he like streams like gaming, and sometimes, dog, I'll be like scrolling on like on YouTube, and he'll be doing like making a beat or something, dog, and he's always got like hundreds of thousands of people like watching him construct a beat or something, or even sometimes, dog, he'll have like he'll go live when he's like doing like he has to do like a little piece on a song, so he'll be like, oh, like whoever, like Rihanna sent this to me and I need to do a verse right here, and then he'll do it and he'll be like, oh my, or whatever, and then he rewinds it and does it again and clips it, and then dog, I'm like, that dude's smart, dog, because I'm like, if you think of T-Pain, you wouldn't be like, oh yeah, that dude's killing it on YouTube, but he is.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, I feel like people do that for almost anything now. And why wouldn't you want to know how that is, like you're seeing,
The
I don't know,
process.
say mastermind, but it's
Yeah.
obviously like very technical, gifted technical motherfucker to put that all together and just brainstorm and then fucking get it down and then get paid. How much do you think they're paying him? Let alone
Yeah.
like for the deal, let alone the fucking views and bullshit he's getting from YouTube and everything else.
Yeah, for sure. But oh yeah, and that's one of Rich's goals for this year is he wants to travel more. And Cavino was talking about maybe this year have some fun resolutions. He was like, people are always saying like, oh, I want to lose weight, and all the regulars and shit that everybody does. And unless you're Bill Jackson Jr., you actually stick with it. So he was like, dude, let's have like fun resolutions, like see more live shows. And for me, dog, I'm like, that's one thing that I dig about like me and my lady. I think that's where we click like perfect because we're not so much like materialistic. Like, dog, I'll wear a fucking black t-shirt every day of my life till I die, but I like having experiences, you know? So like,
Yeah.
I like just like yesterday, dog, I dropped off my lady and my daughter at the airport because it's like 3 minutes away. They flew to Texas, had a full-on day with some like private teacher that my daughter has like for her pageant shit. And then I picked them up at 11 p.m., like 11:15 last night. They flew back in, and I'm like, I'd rather do that kind of shit and have that kind of shit than having like a Gucci hat or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you can do
Yeah.
both, cool. But I can't, so I'd rather have that shit. Oh yeah, Magical Mexican said Fluffy's coming to the queue this summer. You know, I'm a little spoiled. I'll be real about that. I'm probably still gonna go, but when I had looked and they were like, Fluffy's gonna be coming, whatever. They're like, tickets go on sale at 10 Arizona time. So it was like 10:02. I was like, hell yeah, dog. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get front row, maybe second. I'll do third, right? Whatever. But we're gonna be right there. I clicked on it, dog, and I was like, what the hell? Like the whole like front section was taken. And I was like, what, dog? Are you trying to be in these buster ass seats, dog, back there with the
For
fucking
real.
cleanup crew, you know? And which I probably will because I still want to go. But I was like, I was all pissed, right? And I was like, dog, 2 minutes? Are these all comped seats or what? And then I looked, dog, it was the day before that they went on sale at 10. So I was 24 hours late, dog. That's why I was like, man, so I still want to go. But I'm just bummed that I'm not going to be able to be like right there. But one good thing, Gabriel Iglesias has come here a million times. And I saw him one time, but one thing about him is he always like stays after and takes pictures with people and Doug, he's always super cool. So Fluffy, as big as he's gotten, you know, famously or whatever, Doug, he still is like super cool, man of the people. So I dig him.
I seen where that one time when he got off, like people used to take him shot. I don't know if he still do that, but they'd bring him drinks and he'd fucking drink them and shit.
Oh,
He'd get all
yeah.
bellow with them and shit.
Well, I remember, Doug, when I seen him back in the day, he had taken like 2
I've never seen
shots.
him.
And he was like, all right, stop. He's like, I'm diabetic. I can't be drinking like this. So, and that, dog, that was like 15 years ago, you know? And Magical Mexicans said they give it to all the Indios because they do the shows at a casino, right?
Yeah.
And they usually do comp like the first like couple of rows or whatever. But I've been lucky to get first, second, or even third row for some dope things, dog. Like me and my mom, we went and we saw Luis Angel, El Flaco. We got to see Los Tucanes de Tijuana. We got to see dog. And all of these were like I was front row with 98 Degrees and All For One. And one of the dudes from All For One pointed at me and even said, "This dude knows all the words." I was like, "What's up?" So, dog, I enjoy that kind of shit. But yeah, dog, unless you're getting it in the first few hours, they have all those ready to be comped. So,
look, E-Bike called it. He knew it. I think it's A$AP Rocky. It's A$AP Rocky and 30 Seconds to Mars have a Walk on Water remix. It's pretty badass.
Okay, A$AP Rocky's the one that impregnated Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
So shouts out to him because Rihanna, come on now. Andrew said,
You got any trips?
Any big trips planned for this year, D? No, but you know what? After we went, we had our road trip, our family road trip, and then for New Year's we went and we saw the Backstreet Boys at Sphere, and that, dog, was an experience in its own because we were like literally we were in the like standing area like by the front of the stage. There was us, there was another group of people, and then the people leaning on the rail. So we were right there, which is hilarious because, dog, I'm gigantic, right? I'm 6'2" and like change if you pull out a fucking ruler and you push down on my hair. And a bunch of like middle-aged women, right? So there was a point where Brian comes from the Backstreet Boys and he's singing Siberia, which isn't like I Want It That Way, right? And, dog, I was singing all the words, right? So Brian comes and he points at me and he like laughs and he's singing to me. And I was like, yeah, dog. It was funny because like my wife started hitting me like, oh shit. And my sister, she was on one side of me and she was like, oh, look. And I was like, I can't be like too like, oh my God, he noticed me. Because, dog, I stick out like a sore thumb. So it was funny because he was kind of laughing like, the fuck, dog, you know this song? Because it was me, a bunch of middle-aged women, dog, and then a bunch of fucking jotos, you know? So like,
you're passionate, fool.
So I was passionate, right? So I was like, my heart did time in Siberia. Like, dog, like fucking nobody fucking knows the words of that song, right? It was me and like 3 other people in the stadium that knew that fucking the words to that song, but no, none of no plans right now. But what I was going to say before I ran off on my tangent was my lady, since that was my Christmas present, she was like, "Oh, you think I did good this year? Wait until you see next year." And I was like, I kind of want to just be home for the holidays this coming year, you know? I'm like, and I told her, I go, babe, I don't want to go to Egypt. I was like, because what else could you have planned, dog? You know? But yeah, but I don't have any plans right now. But yeah, but I don't know. It'll be a fun year. And that's one thing that I dig about us is that we love experiences like that. And it's kind of like, we'll see, hey, did you see, I don't know, like we didn't go, but I wanted to get her tickets to Sabrina Carpenter when she was in Phoenix. But that's the kind of shit where we're like, oh, they're going to be here. Well, let's fucking go. So I like to do that shit. So as of right now, not supposedly not going out of town for the holidays, nothing. We're gonna be here, but I don't know. Only time will tell what we actually end up doing. Andrew Sim says, "You're the only straight man in the world who knows that song." Probably. No,
Hey, gotta just shout out Andrew because I was thinking the same shit, but I didn't want to say anything. But hey, fool, this fool hit it.
yeah. Hey, and
You're
you know
right.
what though? It's so funny, dog, because
Own
like,
it, fool. Just own it. And I appreciate that you're owning
but
it.
that's the thing though, dog, is that like, I'm like I wish, like, cause dog, there's a lot of cool shit I like, right? But I'm like, of course, the funny shit is the like boy band shit, right? But I'm like, dog, I thoroughly enjoy it. So what am I supposed to do, dog? Just lie to myself and lie to people,
Just hide it.
and then
Hide it.
listen to it in my room when nobody's here? Like,
Yeah.
dog, I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying, dog?
That'd be so worse, bro.
Dog,
Don't do
wouldn't
that.
it? Like-
You're a closet listener of Backstreet Boys.
Well, because dog, think about it. Like, think about like I'm trying to be all cool with my lady and shit, and be like, yeah, you know, let's put on some fucking Diablo, you know. This is La Ciudad de los Padres, I'm a traficante, and then right, and then fucking when she leaves, I'm like, all right, you going to Walmart? I'm like, I want it, dog, with my fucking headphones. That'd be more dumb, dog. So I'm like, the only thing I have to do is own it. And I had told Cavino when we actually had him on the after show, I was like, dog, when I was growing up, I was like, oh, it's cool because like, I'm like, they sing, they dance, they get all the bitches. I thought it was cool until I
No,
realized
bro.
that my friends were like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, dog, just kidding, you know? But it was just like, what do I do, dog? That's exactly.
You weren't the only one, fool. Growing up,
Dog.
I remember that. I had homies. I mean, I never bought it like or had their shit, but I listened to it when they play on the radio. Everybody listened to it. So even like if you didn't like it, not that I didn't like it, it was like everywhere. So it was just like a
But
thing.
that was funny though, dog, because that's what you would see is like you could tell the dudes like when we were there that were like too cool, right? Like I'm just here for my lady, right? And then dog, when they busted out like everybody, dog, those dudes were like, oh my god, we're back again.
It started the
Dog,
movie.
they're like fucking and dog, I was like, what the fuck, vato? At least I owned this shit from the beginning, you know? But anyway, dog, it was fucking cool. And Andrew
Hey.
Sims says that's exactly what I'm supposed to do, dog, is keep it bundled inside. That's why people end up fucking, you know, going fucking postal and shit because they
For
keep
real.
shit like that inside, dog.
Hey, no. Hey, keep listening to your shit. You're right.
Right,
No one's gonna
dog.
judge you. We'll make fun of you. We love you. But
Yeah.
it's all good fun. We don't need you doing any crazy shit.
And
You
that's
already
the thing is I expect the laughs and the fucking people to bag
Yeah.
on me, whatever, dog. Fucking like because I'm like I know there's some guilty pleasure down there. You might like Alanis Morissette or something where you're
I love
fucking,
Alanis Morissette.
right, dog, where somebody you know.
Oh, there's a playlist that I only play when I'm by myself.
Yeah, see, dog, right? The only difference is fucking everybody and their
low.
mama knows all my shit.
Hey, how about can we talk about Cavino's fucking his fucking New York Yankee laser helmet?
What happened?
His laser helmet.
Oh yeah.
New York,
I
New
wonder
York
if he
Yankee
got
one.
his little stamp yet of the
His
Yankees.
little logo. Yeah.
But Doug, you and I were talking about this before we started. Not only
Yeah.
does Cavino have his helmet, fucking Jordan's got the full-on fucking Optimus Prime mask part and the neck part that goes over your chest. Doug, she could have wore that for Halloween, and you never would have known it was her.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I'm glad that I'm brown. Like I don't, I take care of myself because I'm like pretty heavily tattooed, and I mean the sun's bad for you no matter what color you are. But I've always been pretty good about that, and I don't have too much to worry about. But I do try to protect myself. But obviously, if you're fair skinned like yourself, or even Jordan, who's like tortilla cutter like Covino says, that should be bad for you. You know what I mean? And it's obviously not good for your skin, and you look like shit. You look all. You've seen those old ass rubber band old looking ladies? You're like,
Well, Doug,
"Ugh,
I
shit."
always say that that's one thing, Doug, is that white people age like shit, and I'll probably get some shit for that, but it's true, Doug. I'm sorry, Doug. And you know what? And it's not even white people; it's very fair-skinned people because the sun does so much damage to you, dog. That by a certain age, your skin just gives up, dog. It's like fuck this, dog. You have crow's feet. You fucking have, and it's just like. So that's one, like they say, black don't crack, right? Brown don't frown, right?
Yeah.
Fucking chinos don't mino, or I don't know, Doug. There has to be
I
something
think
in there.
like I think it does, but it's just harder to tell maybe. So you don't see it, you know what I mean? Like but yeah, whatever.
Doug,
Dude.
like, there will be,
that
like-
shit was crazy. And the fact of the matter is, in that story, this fool's so anal about his shit that he saw his bald spot on that video, right? Is that how the story came from? And then that's why he thought his hair was thinning.
Yeah, for sure. He was like, but he's like, it's because the lights were coming down on me, and he was like, so that's not the truth. But he was like, and Doc, what I love about it is how, I don't want to say defensive he gets, but how he's like, fuck you guys, just wait till I come in here looking like Jimmy Neutron. You guys are gonna be wishing you did this shit. And Doc, and I was like, fuck, Doc. I was like, fuck it, that's kind of, I mean, hey, you know, what's the it's like no harm, no foul, right? If he wasn't gonna lose his hair anyway, because I really doubt he is, dog. Look at his dad; he's like 300 years old, and he fucking still has all his hair. So I'm like,
It's just great.
you know, yeah. But I'm like, but what's the alternative, right? Maybe it was gonna fall out, and this really is helping him. Only Jesus knows, right? You know, in the name of the Father or the Son, right? So we have like the only one that will know besides us. We won't know, but you know, maybe his hair never falls out. Maybe it was because of the little mask or whatever, or maybe it's just because it wasn't. But the world may never know. So
Hey, Magic Mexican says Asians don't raisin.
Asians don't raisin. That's a good. No, Doc, have you heard? Wait, hold on. Covino's not going to be able to handle it when he starts to age. I don't know. I feel like,
I mean, I already think he's already kind of doing it. He's just trying to manage it. You know, I'm
Yeah.
not talking. Nobody's talking shit about him, but it's true. Like I think those guys fucking put shit in their hair. I mean, did that? I think I would too, bro. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be able. It's nobody likes to fucking look like shit. And somebody says, you know, fair skinned people look like baseball mitts when they're old. I mean, that's just the facts, bro. You know, and if you could prevent it, great. If not, if you don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck. That's like people with their feet. I've known people that don't give a fuck about their feet. You look at their feet, they're busted as fuck. You're like, damn, bro, that shit's crazy.
that's gross. No, fuck no.
Yeah, bro.
No. And you know, and I think about it too, is that like for one, Covino said, listen, like everybody in the chat, you're not me. You guys aren't on camera every day. That's a good point. But two, Doug, what's the alternative? You just look like shit and accept it? Why not try and, Doug, like right here, I have some canas in my hair right here. And I'm like, dog, should I fucking take like some Just for Men to it or something? And I had said something at work, and there was this girl, she's like in her early 20s. She's like, shut up, Daniel. She's like, I bet I have more canas than you. And I'm like, maybe true, but just because I have a few right here doesn't mean I don't want to touch them up, you know? So you might see me in the Just for Men section, dog. I mean, if you can do some stuff, especially me, dog, it's not like I'm fucking walking around like Brad Pitt being like, oh, I love the grays in my beard. No, fuck that, dog.
No.
I especially need to do all I can to fucking, you know, just to stay above water. You know what I'm saying, dog? You know, I fucking stopped dyeing my hair. I started fucking going bald, and all of a sudden, dog, I'm drowning. You know what I'm saying? So dog,
For sure.
I have to go for my fucking, you know, 4 or 5 mile walks just to stay here. Can you imagine if I didn't, dog? And I fucking, dog, I'd have to get 2 cameras to do this show.
Step back a little bit.
Right? We'd have to move the camera a little bit further back. One day he's gonna get old and give up like George Lopez and look like George Lopez. Dog, George Lopez, perfect example, dog. What the fuck is wrong with him? Hey, if you want to have your hair long, cool, but you don't gotta look like fucking Albert
That fool
Einstein.
that fool looks like some bruja, dig. That fool looks
Like for real, like why? I don't know, dog. I don't know.
like somebody like the Mexican stepsister.
And you know what, Doug? Again, not to say like, because I said white people fucking age like shit. I feel like this is a lot of white people too that just will let their shit go fucking completely gray and just be like women. I'm not saying men, because men is usually kind of hit or miss with who dyes their shit. But I feel like women are like fucking fuck it. You know, I'm 35, I'm gray. And I'm like, nah, bitch, fucking dye that shit till at least you're 70. Dog, one of my nanas, dog, she's about to be fucking 90. Her hair is still blacker than my fucking beard. Dog, you know, every couple of weeks she's dyeing that shit. My other nana, my dad's mom, dog, she fucking dyed fucking with dye in her hair. No, I'm not even lying, dog, you know? Like I just don't, what's wrong with trying to keep yourself fucking like I said, above water?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you want to drown, dog? Why do you want to drown?
Little tune up.
I heard back in the day Theo Vaughn was doing a podcast with somebody else and he told him you look like you drowned and then stayed alive because he was all puffy at the time, dog. And I was like, that shit is like my favorite insult of all
Oh, that's
time.
fucked up, bro.
Isn't that fucking funny, dog?
It is though.
I'm like, it's such a visual because you could just picture somebody, dog, like Covino said, he was like, I look at videos for myself from like a year ago, and he was like, and since I stopped drinking, I'm like, damn, man, I was poofy as hell. That's when you're like, Covino looked like he drowned and stayed alive, right? Oh,
I
man.
mean, to your point too. I mean, if your job is being in front of a camera, like you gotta be There is people who are not camera friendly, whatever, but like at least do your part. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dog. I don't understand why. Just like, I don't know, dog. Like even just like the people that go fucking like it's usually younger kids like 15, 16. You see them like at Walmart in fucking like pajama bottoms. And you're like,
Yeah,
dog,
dude.
the fuck are you doing, dog? I mean, at least if you're gonna go in like even like sweats or something, fucking make them like decent fucking stylish-ish sweats. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking whatever. Like,
That shit's crazy. And that reminds me too of what Karina and Rich were talking about for the holidays when they were talking about I think it was like the director of travel or whoever the fuck was like, hey, you guys need to dress up better when you're traveling and shit. Because people showed up in their fucking PJ. Do you remember that when the Karina and Rich were talking about that?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
people do be looking busted as fucking like in PJs and shit. When I travel a lot, I'm like, damn, bro, that's how you travel. You look like you just got out of bed and shit.
No, for real. It trips me out because again, dog, like it's weird because especially here in Arizona, dog, where I live, it gets like 115 degrees, right? And kids will be walking around in pajama bottoms and hoodies in the middle of summer. They're like walking home from school, dog. It's literally like 112, and they're walking. And Magical Mexican lives here. He can go ahead and vouch for me. You see these kids walking home and it's full on hoodies and pajama bottoms, and it's 112 degrees. You're like, what the hell is dog? I'm like, and
Bro, I believe you because I've seen it out here. Same shit. Are you fucking crazy right now,
dog,
dude?
can you imagine how that kid smells? First of all, they're a teenager, so their hormones are through the roof, right? They're extra smelly as it is. And now they're in a fucking hoodie that is, gigantic and black and fucking, oh my goodness, dog. Come on.
Hey, was I imagining shit or did Kavina or Rich post that they were gonna have a show tonight, supposedly?
Tonight? I don't know.
Didn't he comment?
I don't know.
Did
I
somebody
just know
comment?
that let me see.
Hold on, they did post. They did post. Um, oh, we missed it. It was a 5.
Oh, is that 5? What did they do? Was it just like
Looks
a
like
behind the velvet rope or something?
Um,
Or did they do just like a quick like
it was just like a quick live, probably.
uh
Oh, they're still live right now, actually.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Hey, so if you're joining us now, yeah, Andrew Sims said they're live right now.
Yeah.
Dang, dog, I can't believe we're missing. So if you guys are missing it, thank you for being here with us, dog, because I didn't
Yeah,
even
no
know
shit.
that.
I just thought about it. It just hit me too because I was just looking at the time and I'm seeing where Rich
Dang, Andrew Sims is
post.
double showing it. When we were young, dog, you know how you
Damn.
used to double fist drinks? Now Andrew Sims is double showing it, dog. He's got one show here, one show here. Oh man. I can't, dog.
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you know what? We're dedicated. We have our own shit to do, just like those guys, and I think we had to stick on track. You know what I mean? But we'll have to catch them on the rebound. But hey, Andrew, what are they doing over there? Just kicking? Are they talking shit, or are they talking about the shenanigans they got into today? I think they went to CES, is what I heard, or
What the hell is
what I think
CES?
they were doing. It's the fucking technology fucking
They showed
festival
like
over
new
here.
iPhones and shit.
Yeah, it's like all new robotics technologies all over the world. Shit.
Dang, did you hear that Magical Mexican said you're the only show that I watch live? Come on. That
Nah,
deserves a
man.
couple, though. The only
Gracias,
show
homie.
that he watches live? Dog, come on now. Like, you like it's funny, dog. I mean, obviously I watch Covino and Rich live, but the only other show that I look forward to every Monday live is freaking Kill Tony. Like last night, dog, it was funny as hell. I talked to you a little bit about it when I was putting together my lady's vanity, but fucking Shane Gillis was on there, dog. He's so fucking funny, dog. That dude just, Watch last night's episode of Kill Tony. Not that he needs any promotion from me, but Shane Gillis, dog, had me rolling.
Yeah, I love when those fools dress up as presidents and shit. And
Oh
like
yeah,
I don't think I've sat through the whole show. I mean, I've just seen like the algorithm spit out like this and that.
yeah,
And so the ones I remember is like like she's kind of like a pretty hot girl who's like in a chair.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah,
You know,
Fiona Colley.
yeah, like her
She's a
little
redhead
one
with
was
glasses.
hilarious. Yep, that one stands out to me. That was hilarious. There was another one recently where they're like they're just talking about like the R word. They're like, can we get a worse R guy to come out? Like, how worse can it get? And then
Oh, then
some
the
guy
next guy came out, had like a
he-
little arm or something.
oh my fucking
Yeah,
god! Like
I remember that
everybody
episode.
I was fucking dying
Yeah.
and they were too, bro. I was like, how? And they're like, mind you, this is fucking random because they just pulled the fucking thing out and it was like, I guess the universe just wanted it that way.
No,
and it was
Doug,
fucking perfect.
Like one of the dudes that's one of the regulars on that show is named Martin Phillips, right? And he's got like disabilities where he walks funny and he's shaky, and even his voice is very like right. But dog,
Yeah.
he is fucking hilarious. He is, and so sometimes people are like, which I think Tony does do. It kind of reminds me of Howard Stern because Tony always talks about in interviews. I just watched an interview with him the other day, yesterday actually, but he always talks about how he idolizes Howard Stern and Howard Stern's interview technique and Howard Stern, dog. So these people that he usually picks to be regulars have some kind of ailment or something where just like Howard Stern had the whack pack, right? He had high pitch Eric, he had Wendy, the special needs person. He had like all of these people, but some people, I feel like Tony's just missing the mark when he, makes some of them regulars because they're not funny. But somebody like Martin Phillips, dog, that dude's fucking hilarious. And one of the ones he has that's a regular actually came out on America's Got Talent, Aaron Belial. I don't think that dude's funny. He can't speak, so he puts his shit into a phone, and then it's like it fucking speaks for him.
I did see.
I
I
don't
did
think
see
that
that.
dude's funny, dog. Like I don't think he's funny, and it's not because he has special needs. He's just not funny, but he kills it on the America's Got Talent, part or like part of entertainment because he's a little more like vanilla and kind of whatever. So he goes for that crowd. But somebody like Martin Phillips, he's got special needs, dog, but he is a killer. He's so funny, dog. So there's my.
I gotta
little
look
two
at
cents.
more of that shit up. I feel like I'm missing out by not watching that
Dog,
shit.
watch yesterday's episode with Shane Gillis and Joe Rogan.
Will.
They're the ones
I'll
on
do it
it.
tonight. I'll do it tonight.
Fuck, dog, it's so funny.
I'll do it tonight, and that way I can give you a recap next Tuesday.
And you know what, dog? That another show that I dig, going into Covino and Rich, how they're like, how they talk about how their friends talk about other podcasts and they hate it. But but I'm telling you, dog, this one, I wish they could have done it. I wish they could have done it on. I gotta bounce over to their show. Be back. I wish they could have done this, but there's a show called Story Wars. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But dog, this show, it's with two guys, Louis J. Gomez and Big J. Okerson. They're comedians, right? And what they'll do is they have a panel every week of 3 of their friends or 3 people. So it's 5 people total. And what they do is they all submit stories. And then what happens is they have like their producer read a story. And then you have to guess whose story it is. And if it's yours, you have to kind of throw people off and not make them think it's your story. So if you guess whose story it is, you get a point or some shit. And if they don't guess it's yours or some shit, you get 2 points or some shit like that. But it's a great concept for a show. It's fucking hilarious. What I would like Covino and Rich and Spot, and maybe even like a Mauser or like Sarah and Jordan, say they got like them. At the next Covino and Rich convention, it would be so dope if we had like a panel like that, where they all submitted stories and they have to guess whose story is whose. Like if they played Story Wars, I would love that, dog, because that's another great concept, at least for a show,
I'd watch it.
Yeah, Story Wars is dope, dog. I would say
What's it on it?
a Story Wars is on YouTube. So just literally any, I'll send you a link to one of the episodes, but literally any episode you get is hilarious because you have to like, you're sitting there playing with them basically, right? They read a story and you're like, and some of the people I never heard of, but I kind of size them up. I'm like, okay, this is a fat chick. She's a comedian. She probably was picked on when she was younger or whatever, right? She went into comedy because maybe she wasn't getting laid or some shit, right? So you start kind of analyzing people. And then when they're reading a story, like there was one story, it was like, it said, as a kid, I would go to a club that was like a teen club, right? I would stand there for a couple of hours and then go home. And the next day, I would tell my friends about how many chicks I made out with or whatever, right? And then so you would be like, fuck, who would that be? You're like, is it Big J? I'm like, because in school, he was fat and ugly, but he probably wanted to look like the cool guy. You're like, or is it Lewis? He's a fucking liar. You're like, or if like, say Shane Gillis is on it, you're like, well, Shane's funny, but was he a ladies' man? So, dog, so the whole show, that's what you're doing. So I love it, dog.
Hey, just to go back on some of the feedback, Andrew was saying that in high school, when he was in high school, it was like unheard of to see people and looking like shit or in PJs. You'd be the subject of ridicule, and you would be. I don't know when that happened. I think COVID, or I guess everything's easy to blame on that shit, but or maybe before then. I don't. This new generation. I mean, because to me, yeah. I mean, I think my parents would talk shit too. Like, you're not gonna fucking leave the house. Like, what the fuck's
For
wrong with
real.
you? Like, you know what I mean? Even if it wasn't even school, even if it was some like bullshit, we are like, I'm just going right here. Like, no, fuck that. Like, brush your fucking teeth, change and shit before
Yeah.
you leave. You know what I mean? Like, don't you move it also.
No, dog, even we had this kid with special needs, right? We called him Plane Boy, right? Because he fucking loved airplanes, right? So, dog, even Plane Boy had like a leather jacket. And, dog, he couldn't wipe his ass correctly, dog, but he fucking looked cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that
Yeah.
was just like, I feel like our generation and every generation, I feel like before the current one would actually gave a shit about their appearance, dog. And it was like you wanted to have your haircut. You wanted now, dog, kids go to school all mechudo and shit. They don't give a fuck. They got vavas hanging. They like,
Yeah, for real.
it's crazy, dog. I don't get it.
There's also Raptors also talk about at Target is the worst place for the pajama parties. He said they look all greasy, and they are, bro. They smell and look like shit, and like I just don't get it, dude. They just don't give a shit. Seeing
Oh,
adults at the stores with cartoon characters is crazy. It
dog,
really is, though.
Andrew Sims says they're talking about their date, a big discussion about toilets. Dog, I can't wait to check that out.
Oh, you know what? I did see Rich his story on Instagram. It was about the toilet. It was a Toto toilet. I forgot what they're saying. They're saying with the Aria, but think they are. And he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He's like, "How can I go back to a normal toilet? Because it had like cooling, heating, blowing, and then bidet and all that. And then he's like, how the fuck am I supposed to go back to a regular toilet after that?" And
I
I
felt
think
like
you
that.
kind of would be kind of spoiled and shit.
After dog, the one time I was at an Airbnb and they had the little fucking whatever.
But they,
Dog, I was like, how the fuck could I go back to ever shitty normal again? Right, dog? I was
for
just
real.
like, I was like, never again. And you can find them pretty cheap on Amazon and shit that you just attach to your fucking toilet.
Yeah, for sure.
Cavino, social awkwardness, dog. That was funny, dog. He was talking about being at like a party or whatever at Rich's house,
Oh
and
yeah.
some dude was talking to him, and he was like zoning out and shit. And then he'd be like, "Oh fuck, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention," right? And it's funny because, dog, I feel like we've all been there, and it's just to see somebody like Cavino who does this shit for a living, right? Where he fucking sits there, so I'm sure he's good at pretending like he's listening. But to know that even he's there, like, fuck, this dude's boring. Oh, pay attention, right? Like it cracks me up.
Yeah, but I can't. I mean, Nafu's patient. Sometimes I feel like he's patient, but then he was saying one of Rich's homies doesn't even call him his fucking real name. He is Slavino or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Dick, what the fuck? I would correct him. Hey, bro, my name's fucking like this and shit.
No, I
But they're all
remember.
Rich's friends. That's what he always says. Like they're average Joes. Nothing wrong with it. You know, that's every one of us are probably can relate.
Yeah.
But they happen to be Rich's friends too, right? So they're
In high
fucking.
school, dog, there is this dude that I ended up becoming friends with, but for the first like week that I knew him, I called him Blaine, right? His name was Lane, Lane. Dog, you think I ever heard of a name like fucking Lane? Dog, like my dad didn't know English, so he was like 12. And like my lady will even tell me, dog, she'll be like, shut up, you're not Mexican. And I'm like, fuck, dog, we didn't grow up calling people Lane. I'd had at least heard the name Blaine before. So when they had said something about, I was like,
a magician.
And I was like, dog, right? And I was like lane, like a fucking like when you're driving a car, stay in your lane, like that. I was like, okay, but dog, for like 3 days, I'm like, hey, what up, Lane? You know, dog. And he was like, fucking whatever, you know. I don't know.
We were on a construction project one time, and this engineer we were working with, nobody could pronounce her name, so and eventually she's like, just call me by my first initial. Like that's everyone just says the same shit because it's just like too hard to pronounce and shit.
Okay, Q, or fucking like dog, what was her name? Do you
X.
It was fucking Xochi. You know how it's like Xochi fucking LT fucking
all fucking spelled all fucked up.
You're like, Xochi? What the fuck, dog?
Donald. Everyone, that's the other thing. People who can't say Luis calls me Louis. I'm like, no, it's Luis, motherfucker.
Well, dog, see, that's the opposite. Like I was telling you about Story Wars. The guy, Louis J. Gomez, dog, his name's Luis. It's Luis. But he goes by Louis, dog, because he's so like Americanized. His fucking dad got like stabbed or something when he was little and died. And then his mom like OD'd and fucking like on heroin or something. So he was just like a fucking little reckless, homeless, fucking Americanized Puerto Rican, you know? So he always went by Louis. Oh, you know what, dog? Speaking of Latino and fucking not Rich, he was like, somebody had mentioned something. I think maybe it was Bill Jackson Jr., but somebody had mentioned that their mom was a grandparent at like 38. And Rich is like, what? How is that possible? I'm like, dog, that doesn't even sound crazy to me. Because I'm like, if you had your kid at 20 and they had their kid at 18, 38, that's not like ridiculous. And so when he was like, what? Doug, because like right now, Covino's 49 and he's still thinking about having kids. So I guess that's why it's like crazy to them. But to me, dog, I'm like, I even think about it. I'm like, all right, dog, am I kind of done? I don't think I'm having any more kids. I'll be 38 next month. So I'm like, you know, like maybe I'm done, right? But I'm like, and I have the one. It's not like I have 4 and I'm like, am I done? I have the one and I'm like, okay, I think I'm done. But dog, like fucking, like my daughter was born when I was 28. And I'm like, I was already the older dude in my friends group that had a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I have friends that their kids are in college. Like I have one of my best friends. I tell you about my buddy Luis, his cousin Ralph, another good friend of mine. Their daughter's in college. I'm like, dog, we have so many people that when I used to work, I haven't worked for the college in a year. Actually, today's my year anniversary at the hospital. But
congratulations,
I haven't.
dog.
Thank you, dog. They fucking even threw me a little party and shit. It was dope, dog. We had fucking burritos and shit. But anyway, when working at the college, we had so many fucking friends, kids that were there, you know, that were, and I'm like, dog, because they either had them in high school or right after high school, 20-ish, right? So, dog, we're 37, 38. Their kids are 17, 18. They're fucking entering college, you know? So it's not crazy for one of those motherfuckers to have a kid. I don't know.
Hey, trip out. So this fool I work with, I know his whole fucking family and whole story. We kind of kick it. I think he's probably like 56. His daughter's 1 year younger than me, so she's 35.
Yeah.
She had a kid when she was like right out of high school, so her daughter's now like
Driving?
17, 18.
Yeah.
And she had a kid last year.
Oh.
She was like 16 or something.
Dog, you have like 4
this was
generations
their
of
great
people.
grandpa, and this fool was like not happy about it, obviously, because it's like what the fuck, and he's like, Dick, that's kids having kids.
Yeah.
Having kids.
It's a cycle. And again, I'm not saying it's right, you know, but
it's in Arizona.
But it just tripped me. Is it? I'm telling you, dog.
Yeah.
No.
It's in Tucson. Well, but still, I mean, it's just a matter of fact. Like, I mean, that's the one because I know him, he's my homie, but everyone has one of those fucking friends or someone you know. I mean, growing up in high school and shit, like that was pretty common. In high school, before I graduated, one of my homies had a baby. Before we even graduated, like the baby was born like right late, but still, you know, it was like, what the fuck? And now she's already graduated. Like, luckily they haven't had kids and shit, but they're that old and it's been that long.
Dog, I could think of like probably right off the top of my head who had kids. I'm like, Shannon had a kid. I'm like, Stephanie had a kid. Eva had a kid. I think Reese had a kid. Dog, I'm like, Jose had a kid. Alasia had a kid. Dog, there's 6 people right now of me just thinking off the top of my head. And I'm like, that was in high school. So I mean, like, again, I'm not saying it's right, but just for Rich to be like, what? That's impossible. I'm like, for real, dog? Like, it's not crazy to me. But again, maybe it's because I normalized it, right? We're in Arizona.
Damn. E-bike says, I had 5 boys, and at 42, I started all over again. But he got his daughter.
That's
That's
crazy.
awesome, man. Congratulations,
That's
and
crazy.
kudos to you guys for fucking risking it for the biscuit, to be honest.
I'll be real,
Imagine
dog.
you waited and you waited so long and you're like, fuck it, let's go. And then, obviously as a parent, you're happy with whatever you want. I'm assuming I'm not a parent, but that would probably be a kick in the nuts for real.
I never wanted a boy. All my friends growing up were always like, I want a boy. I want him to play baseball, and I want, dog. First of all, I don't even like baseball, right? Talk to me in the playoffs, right? 1, 2. They're gonna fucking, dog. I just remember all my cousins and shit smelling like pee and shit, like all my little cousins and shit walking around fucking never wiping right and shit, dog. I'm like, fuck that, dog. I don't want a little boy, dog. So I had my daughter. I'm like, she's fucking 10, or she'll be 10 in May. And I'm like, dog, it's fucking right now. I'm like, we're out of the diapers and shit. I can say, hey, throw on your shoes. We're going to Nana's house or whatever. Like, it's so nice right now, right? I have my girl. She's fucking growing up. I don't know. Maybe one day might be starting all over, dog. But props to fucking Jeff, dog, because I can't imagine having 5 and then starting all over, dog. Oh man, that's crazy.
That just stressed me out just thinking about it, fool.
Yeah, I saw you sweating, and I'm like, is it hot in there, dog? No, he just.
But
I was like, at least he's got his chanclas on, dog. His fucking his feet aren't gonna be smelly.
You know what? They're fucking the Yeezy ones on me.
Oh dang!
My brother got them for me for 1 year.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we got a couple minutes here before we got to wrap up, huh?
Yeah, we have, and we started right on time today. So yeah. I'm trying to see any of this right here. Idaho downtime, reflections on parenting. Oh, the last thing, I guess, Wes finally took all of the remaining swag to Rich's house. So good job for Wes, because that's like a 5-hour drive, I'm pretty sure, dog. And then to haul all of that shit over there. So I know Wes and Bree want to jump on the show one day, so we'll have to get them on here one day. But anyway, appreciate everybody for joining us live. I didn't get to give my shout out to Andrew Fournier, but if you're listening as future guy Fournier, congratulations. I know he just celebrated like 16 years as a firefighter. So shout out to Fournier. That's super dope, man. I just
Appreciate
celebrated 1 year at my job, dog. So,
still an achievement.
So congrats to him, dog. I'm super excited. And thank you again, Louis, for joining. You see how I threw it in there? Luis Cortez Jr. right here joining us live. We were laughing before we started because he was saying how like his homies call him Louis. I was like, my homies call me D, but we're Luis Cortez Jr. and Daniel Javier Fitz. I'm like, dog, there's so many names on this damn show, dog. Oh man, but anyway,
Hey,
thank you guys.
We'll have to go catch it looks like the boys just wrapped up, honestly.
No
Man, hey,
mames.
I know, you see. Appreciate you guys. We'll have to catch that one on the rewind. For those of you guys who did join us today live while the boys were on live, thanks. I know that's a conflict of interest there, but
Yeah,
obviously
so we appreciate you guys joining.
supporting each other. But hey, have a good week, have a good day, health is wealth. I'll be at the New England game. Wish me luck. I'm gonna freeze my dick off. I'll have some stories to tell you on Tuesday,
Super
hopefully
dope.
about how they went, and hopefully I'll be excited about it. If not, I'll be either way. I'll have some stories to tell.
Oh
But
yeah, and
thanks,
you're
thank you
going
guys.
you're
Thanks for
going as a
having me.
Chargers fan, so just make sure you don't get into any fights, you don't get stabbed. Safe travels, come back nice and in one piece, dog. Because I'll be honest, I need a co-host. So if you don't come back in one piece, dog, I'm gonna be a little sad. So after show,
Hey.
but later, episode number 321. Your boys, Luis Cortez Jr., Daniel Javier Fitz. We will see you guys in the next episode. Let's go. Peace.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.
Hydro, the vapes and blunts I smoke. That's exactly what